Hello everyone, hope you all are doing good. My name is Himanshu Sharma and in this video we will create a simple Spring Boot application with a user interface, and it will interact with an LLM model, and it will also interact with a vector database. So this video is going to be more AI focused, and let's get started. So first, quickly let me show you how our application will look like and how it will work. So this is going to be our UI, and here we have an area where we will upload our data, and then we will search on our data, and here we will be getting the search result, and then finally we will connect with our uh, uh, chat model and to get a summary of our result. So right now I have uploaded data about food, and let's say I ask about define food, and I will search it, and it will give me this result, and I would like to summarize it in a more appropriate manner. So I will just click it on summary, and it will give me a result like this. So you can see the irrelevant data like 33 and this will is removed, and the sentences are more user friendly now. Okay, so let's get started. So first we need to create our user interface. So let me show you back. So this UI is created using Vaadin, and yeah, so we will be having one text area, a button, then a search field, and two buttons, and then two text areas. That's all we need. So let's go ahead to Vaadin website. Here and you can just click on quick start tutorial, and then just download the to do app. So it will just download your my to do, that's it. And after this, open it in your favorite ID. So let's go ahead and okay, so I have this app open in my ID, and let's run it. So let's stop it, and let me head to the code right now, which is this one. So this is the initial setup you get. So simply run your application. Okay, and I can close this tab. All right, application started, and this is the basic application you receive. So let's say you type your name hello, and you will get a notification, right? Okay, so let's head to the application, and first let's create our user interface. So this user interface, you can see here it is mentioned as horizontal layout by default. So okay, so first let's do one thing. Let's get basic of Vaadin. So here this is going to be our page. Okay, so what we need is we need uh, one text area over here. Okay, and then we need one submit button, then we need a search area, a search field, and then one search button and one summary button, and then we need two text area. That's it. So this is our UI. So right now you can see like this whole, all these components, like these two are horizontal with each other, these three are horizontal with each other, and these two are horizontal with each other. So let me make it like this. So the contents inside the red boxes are horizontal, right? While the red boxes in themselves are okay. Wait. Right. Sorry, my bad. Uh, let's make it another way like this. Okay. So first, let's get to the basics of our UI first. So we will be needing one text area over here, right? And then we will be needing one submit button. Then there will be search field over here, and then two buttons, one for search and one for summary. And then there will be two text areas like this. Okay. So now let me change the color. If you see here, these two, they are the contents in the inside this red box, they are horizontal. Similarly, the consent inside this content inside these this red box are also horizontal, and then we have another like this one, and then the two text areas are horizontal, but these red boxes are placed vertically, right? So our main view, which is going to be like this one, so this main view is going to be vertical layout, and inside the main view there will be three horizontal layouts. Okay, let me correct this one. Three will be like this. Okay, and then it change it and like this. All right, so let's head to our application and let's create this UI very quickly, and you will be amazed how simple Vaadin is going to be. You don't need to get into any HTML stuff, any styling or JavaScript. It's just simple Java and you will get your UI running in no time. Alright, so first let's create our first let's say the upload area. Okay, so the upload area is going to be the first box, this one, where we are content and the upload button. Alright, so let's create a method, right, horizontal layout, and let's say upload area. Right, so every red box is going to be a horizontal layout, and those red boxes will be placed inside a vertical layout. So our main view is going to be vertical layout, right? And then we can remove these, we don't need them, and we can remove all of these part. You can keep the margin, and then when you are making a vertical layout, now you need to change this method to set your horizontal component alignment. Okay, so right, all right, so let's revert back a bit. Let's not remove it, and let's see how it behaves. So right now vertical layout is the one which we just see by default, like this one. Sorry, the horizontal layout. Now I'm changing it the vertical layout, and what I will do is I will say set horizontal component alignment. Okay, and I will remove this, and that's it, and let's restart our application. All right, it's commented. Okay, it is running, and see, so we get the horizontal layout, right? So you can say, so this alignment, this is for like if you add another components here, like name or say hello. So now what will happen is we just restart it. Now what will happen is it will put the alignment of the horizontal components at the end. Let's see. So we don't want that, right? We want our components to be placed at the start. So what we will do is we just say it start, and we don't specify anything, right? Okay, so now let's restart it. That's it, done. And yeah, we can close other tabs. So that's it. All right. Okay, so now we need to add the upload area. Now upload area, we need to create a horizontal layout. So just to speed things up, I can refer the project I have already built, and I can just copy paste the contents over here, and I can explain you what they are doing. So let's place it over here. All right, so here we are creating an upload layout, and the components will be aligned at the start. And then we are creating a data text area where we are going to write the content for uploading. Then we'll be creating a submit button. Okay, and then this is the placeholder and the data to be uploaded, and these are the widths, height and width of that area. All right, so now we need to add the submit button functionality. For that, we just say add click listener, and we can say that, okay, let's say notification dot show, and what we want to show is whatever we write in our text area, just show that's it in a notification. And finally, both these components we need to add inside the upload layout. So we can say upload layout dot add, and then we say data text first and then submit button. That's it. And then finally we need to add this over here, right? And we can get rid of the other components which we don't need, and we can remove these two also. That's it. So our main view is a vertical layout, and we are saying that alignments for horizontal components to be start, and then we just add one component which is upload area. That's it. All right, so now let's restart our application. And one more thing, you will be getting the developer tools, but you can disable that if you want, the dev tools, because I observe sometimes it creates issue and did not load properly, and I still need to restart the server. So let's see. Okay, we are getting some error where, what happened? Missing return. Oh, right, we added but we forgot to upload layout. That's it. All right, let's resolve the maven also now, and that's it. And we run our application. Show again. This means, see, so we get our text area and a submit button. So let's say this is my text area to upload data, right? And I submit it and I'm getting a notification. Okay, if you try to submit multiple times, you will get multiple notifications. And if you clear out, you can see the placeholder we provided earlier, right? So similarly, we can create our rest of the UI. So let's do the same thing. So we get the upload area. Similarly, we need a search area. We need search area, right? And this is again going to be a horizontal layout, and then again we need another one which is our result area. So we say result area, right? And this one, and then let's get some help from our previous code. For the search area, we need the almost same thing. The only difference is this time we need a text field. That's it. And then for search button functionality, again we say add click listener, and what you're going to say is notification dot show, and this time we want to show whatever is inserted into the search field. So we say search field dot get value. That's it. Okay, and then we need one more button which is going to be our summary button, right? So we say summary button, and then similarly copy it here, and just for the sake of uniqueness we add summary in front of it, and that's it, right? And then we need to add these things into our layout. So first we need a search field. Add search field, and then we need a search button, and then we need a summary button, right? So then finally we are going to return the search layout. All right, so this one for now, let's keep it dummy, and say this like this. Okay, and then search layout, we still need to add the search area into our main view. So we here add search area after the upload area. So the sequence you're going to add the areas, they will automatically get stacked accordingly. So upload area will come first, then search area. So let's restart application and quickly test our search area. All right, so here I am going to insert search query, right? And we just click on search, I'm getting that, and if I click summary, it should be getting summary in front, right? All right, so let's head to our code, and finally the result area. So in the result area, we need to add two text areas, right? But those text areas are going to be manipulated by this search and summary button. Okay, so what we are going to do is we will add two text areas as a class level variable. So we say we need two text areas like this, search result area and gen result area, or you can name it as summary area, right? All right, now for these we are going to define their layout, and you can copy it from here and can just it like this, and then this is going to be summary area and like this. Okay, so these are the two areas, and then we say result layout dot add, right? And we say search result area comma summary area, that's it, and then return result layout, right? Let's format it, fine, and then finally we need to add it in our main view. That's it, right? Now as I mentioned, like we need to put it class level. Why? Because whenever we are searching, like performing a search result, so we need that access over here also in this method. So what I'm going to do is I will change the notification. Instead I will use these areas now. So for search button, I think it's some space. So for search button, I will say instead of showing notification, put the content in the search result area, right? So we say set value, and then we put this value, okay. And similarly for summary area, you'll say summary area dot show set value, and then this. So instead of notification, now these result areas needs to be updated. Okay, so let's restart and see. All right, so we have our complete UI, and now testing search query for areas, right? Search, I'm getting here, and summary, I'm getting here. So if you add like if you replace it with something else, let's say new test, so you can see it's not appending. It will clear out the data and will update it with the new one, whatever is available over here, right? Same goes for it like this. All right, so our UI is ready. All right, so now comes down to the fun part, which is the AI integration and the vector database integration. Even though this is also quite fun, like I think for me it's first time I'm able to create UI so quickly without even hitting any HTML or JavaScript code. So this is nice to see. And all right, so let's head to the next part, which is connecting our UI to the vector database and the LLM model. So first thing, let me head it to our vector database setup. So what I'm going to do is we will be referring let me share here this, and we will be using PG vector like this one. Okay, and we need to set up a PG vector database on our local. And how you can do that is, if you just scroll down to the end of this, that's it. You need to have a Docker installed, and then you need to run this, and it will create a container of a Postgre. Okay, and then you can connect to it. After this, once you're done with these with this step, so you can connect to it with any database client. And the next step what you have to do is you need to go on top, and here you need to execute these statements. Now here you need to be careful, so let me show you one thing here. Let me go through query console. So this is the vector database on my local, and if I query from my vector store, so this is the data which we already had as we search for food initially. Okay, so okay, let me do one thing. Let me in fact wait, drop this table altogether. Okay, so now that's it, done. So I don't have any table of this. All right, so now we head to the website here. So we have our local database, and now what you need to do is you need to create these extensions. So how you need to check whether these extensions are already present in your setup or not is simply go to your query console, and you can search for PG extension, the first one, right? So when you make the query, though I have the extensions created, so I can see these three over here, but in your case you might be seeing only this one, and you don't need to worry. You just copy this. Where is that? Here, yeah. You just copy these statements, all right, and go to your client. Okay, paste it over here. Go to your client and execute these three statements, the first three, and after that you will get these three entries, and that's it. You don't need to perform any DB restart, nothing. Done. Okay, after that you need to create a vector store. So in the vector store, in this query, as they have mentioned here, that this is the default embedding dimension, but this is something you need to change. You need to change based on the dimension supported by your your embedding model. Okay, so in our case we will be using a nomic embedding model, which I will show you, but for that the dimension is 768. Okay, so you need to correct this. You need to put it 768, and then you perform the this execution. All right, so I just did, and then I will create a index also on this one, and this is done. Now if I search for vector store, I should be getting a clean table without any data. All right, so we are good. So right now you should also be on the same page. All right, now if we head back to this link over here, so what they are saying is this one, the vector store also requires an embedding client. So this client will be responsible to interact with your embedding model to get the embeddings and then save the embeddings and the data in your vector store. Okay, so for this you need to have an embedding model running. So as I mentioned, we are going to perform the complete local setup. So you can just head to the Ollama website. So say Ollama here. Okay, and then you need to download the Windows version. It's currently in preview, but it will do the job. You should not be facing any issue. I did not face any. It was pretty straightforward. Download it. It's a simple exe file. Run it. That's it. Once you're done executing the installer, you will be, and it's quite fast. It's not a very time consuming installer. Okay, so once this is done, you can open the terminal and you can say Ollama, and there you will be getting different commands. So this ensures that your Ollama is installed, right? Now next thing is you need to get the model. So right now if I list it, Ollama list, I am having two models, Ollama 2, which is a chat based one, and the Nomic embed text, which is our embedding model. But if you did it for the first time, you will be getting no models, so it's going to be empty. So for that, for Llama 2 first, what you do is search here Llama 2 and click over here, and you just need to execute this command, Ollama run Llama 2. What it will do, it will fetch the Llama 2 model on your system and it will run it right away. So I can show you here, since I already have the Llama 2, it should not take much time and I can directly run it. Okay, and say you can, it's like who is FIFA president, search anything and it will give you the response. The response time, the generation speed will vary depending upon your processor. If you have a GPU, it will automatically try to utilize that. So you can go to the block section over here and you can check the Windows preview here, and then where is it, this one, see here they mention that using NVIDIA as well as to modern and no configuration or virtualization required. Okay, it will automatically support it. And then there is an always run Ollama API, which we are going to use in our application. So that's it. So now I can, if you want to exit this chat session, you can just simply say bye. That's it, done. All right, so now let's head to our application. So we have the Ollama done, the same thing. Okay, and we get the Llama 2 model running. Now we need the Nomic, the embedding one. So we search for this one, Nomic. Here you will get the Nomic embed text. You just need to pull it, that's it. You don't need to run it. Run is for chat based ones. You don't need to run it, just pull it. It will automatically be hosted in your API. You can still interact with it. All right, so just perform this command, that's it, and don't try to run it. It will not run. So I can show you, like if you, let's say over here list, right? So if you try to run this one, let's say I copy this, and if I say Ollama run Nomic, you will not be able to. It will give, say, embedding models do not support chat. So run is for more of a for chat sessions, right? All right, so you can you just pull it, that's it. You will get the two models finally, and then you can close your terminal and you can head to the code. And before that, since we are working on Spring Boot, we need to take a little bit of help from our start.spring.io friend here. And here I'm going to use Maven. So I'm working on the Maven project, and then in the dependencies section we need two dependencies. This is going to be PG vector, and then we have Ollama. That's it. Okay, now we don't need to generate the project, we just need these two dependencies, and we need to configure our Maven accordingly. So first thing, what we need is we need these two dependency part. Okay, so we just copy it and we open up one, and then put it over here, and then let's stop our application for now. Okay, and the second thing is we need in the dependency management section also there is a dependency for Spring AI BOM. So copy this one and search for your dependency management section. Okay, here it is. Fine. Dependency management here. So you need to add a dependency management here, and then we need the milestone repository, this one. Copy this. So this Spring AI is fairly new. Might be soon we might not need these many configurations, and it will be less. But let's see where is the repositories one. Okay, here it is. All right, so these three, and then I think I'm missing one part. Where is that? Yeah, the property, right? So the property is also somewhere here. This one. Copy it. And Spring AI parent properties. Fine. Alright, so these are the changes. We add a property, we add one repository, we add one dependency management, and then we add two dependencies. Right now, just resolve the project. Okay, it's done. You can see now we should be getting a vector store. No, we are not getting it right now. All right, okay, let's reopen the project. Might be some issue with it. Let's do one more reload first, and vector, it's not coming, right? Okay, so let's reopen the project. Might be some issue with the IDE, so I can close this. All right, and let me open the project one more time. All right, so I again open this one, and let's see. Yeah, so now we are getting the vector store. Fine, great. All right, this is fine. Now let's add a service layer. Right, so we create a package named service, and we name it as AI service. Okay, not ask again, cancel. All right, and before heading to any implementation, let's configure our property. So let's rename it to YAML. That will be much concise, and let me refer it my project. So it's going to be like this, and then we have some Vaadin properties like this. That's it. All right, so this is mostly the same which we have. I just reformatted them from properties to YAML, nothing else. And yeah, that's it. So right now in the AI service, what we are going to do is we will be creating three methods, right? So it's going to be a service, and we will be having three methods. What we are going to add data, right? So you say add data. Okay, like this, and this is what is going to add the data, right? Another one is we are going to search we are going to search the data, right? So you say search data, right? And this search data will be of our search query, right? And it's going to return a string. Okay, and then last we will be having a summarize content. So we say summarize the content, right? So we say content, return this, right, like this. All right, okay, fine. So next thing, so what will be the role for these ones is the first one will what it will do is it will add data in vector database, okay, and using embeddings uh, from uh, uh, from nomic model, okay. Now second one is going to do the same thing, except it will going to search. It will search data in vector database using embedding from nomic model. And the third one is going to interact with llama 2 model to summarize the content, right? Okay. So first thing first, we need to add the data into the vector database, and before that let's create the configuration. So go over here and we need to add the configuration for our data source. So as we do for any data source, you say data source, and then you need to fill three properties: URL, username, and a strong password. Okay, so these things, so we'll fill it. For URL, my URL is going to be this, and my username is this one, and the strong password is going to be this one. Fine. All right, so this is for the data source connection, but we need one more thing. We need to specify the dimensions as we did while creating the table. So we say for vector store, yeah, so Spring AI vector store page vector dimension, here we are going to specify 768. Okay, so if you don't specify this thing, I mean, if you find any mismatch, if there is any mismatch between the dimension your database is supporting and the dimensions on which the LLM is generating the embeddings, the application will throw an error, and it will very in a very friendly way, it will give you a statement stating that there is a mismatch in the dimensions, you need to correct one or the other. Okay, all right, fine. Now this is our vector store part, and then as we mentioned, I specified over here, we need to have the, okay, we can close the initializer now. We need to have the embedding client configuration also. So embedding client also needs to know where to connect for the embedding. So for that, we are going to say that, okay, Ollama embedding model. So which model? It's going to be nomic embed text, right? And then what's going to be the base URL? So base URL is going to be this one. How did I get it? If you go to this website and the blog which I show earlier, here, this one. So here you can see they mentioned that by default it will run on this port 11434. Okay. All right, so our configuration is done, and since we have the embedding configuration, let's add the chat configurations also. So everything remains same, we just need to specify the chat model, which is llama 2. That's it. These are all the configurations we need, and no, that's it, right? And we can just change the port for now. Okay. All right, so this is fine, and now I will be listening on 8181. And all right, so now the time comes to add our application logic, and first we are going to add the vector store. So we say vector store like this, and we say add constructor parameter. That's it. Now here we will be getting the data in terms of paragraphs, right? Multiple paragraphs. So what we can do is we can create a simple splitter. So we can just say that split the content, okay, based on the dot. So every time a statement a dot is observed, that will be treated as a one statement, and then we are going to store that statement as a document in our vector database. Okay, so we say string statements, right? And then we say string statement, okay, and statements like this, and we need to create a list of document this one, and the AI document one, and import this document list, new array list. That's it. So what we are saying is for every statement, just add document.list, add a document which is a new document, and then string statement, and let's truncate, let's trim it, right? So in case of any leading or trailing spaces that got removed. All right. Okay, and then what we can do is we can also put one more condition here, that if statement, or let's do one thing, let's put it like this, statement dot trim, if after trimming nothing left, so say statement is empty, right? Not sure. Okay, fine. You know what, let's leave it. Just check for the emptiness, that's it, and fine. Okay, so this is true, and then what we are going to do is we say vector store dot add, and what you're going to add the document list, that's it. All right, okay, done. So now our add data method is done. So what we are going to do is we will first go to our main view here in the upload area. That method needs to be wired with the submit button event. So here now, instead of showing a notification, we need the AI service. So first we will create AI service, right, like this. Okay, where is it? Here, I mean here, AI service dot, we saying add data, right? And the add data, the value is going to be like this one, that's it, right? Okay, so if everything goes as expected, we should be having data in our database. All right, right now our table, can you move these, is empty. All right, let's start our application. Okay, dismiss. All right, so now here we need to add some data. So what we'll do is let's go to Wikipedia and we search for anything. Let's say we add what, food. Yeah, food. All right, so let's say we want to add this thing, this money. Copy it. I paste it over here. So as per our splitter, every line, this is treated as one document till here. Okay, this one will be treated as one document like this. So if there are 3 sentences, there will be 3 documents created. Okay, so now let's submit it and see. So submit, you can see the progress bar over above, it's gone now. So either it's too fast or we should be getting an error. No error, so it is fast. See, yep, we get 10 data, right, 10 documents. So we should be expecting, it is still here, that at least there will be 10 dots, something like 1 2 3 4, right? And then if there is empty space, that is got, that we rid of, 5 and there is something like this 6 7, so it approximately comes down to 10 only, right? So that's fine, and we can query more, but let's add some more data, right? We can just add, let's say what, all right, this looks good. Let's edit this much till here. All right, so here is our application. Here we paste it over here. Okay, submit it. See, it will, you see that progress, and now we should be okay, no error, that's good. And then now we are having a lot of data. Okay, all right, and you can see over here these are the embeddings. So that's the best thing I like I just specify the configuration, okay, and the vector store automatically interact with the embedding model. Okay, now make and get the embeddings and save it in the vector store. Okay, and the same thing is going to happen with the search also. When I'm going to query it, I'm not going to embedding model getting the embeddings and such, that everything is handled. Okay, so let's see now. Let's add the search part, right? So here what we are going to say is, in the search we'll use the same vector store dot search, the similarity search. Okay, and you can directly use the query part, but you can also create a search request, so like this one. It will give you more options. So let's say in the query we don't need anything, we just need the search query, right? It gives you more option like this one, like you can add how many results you want. So let's say I want let's say 5 results, right? So 5 closest results, so top 5 closest results will come up. So here we will be getting, so the document list. So the way we save the list, when we save the data, we saved as documents. Similarly, when we are retrieving the data, they will be retrieved as documents again. So we can say document list dot, and for each, and then again here what we are going to do is we will create a string builder. Okay, and then for each what you're going to say is, we'll say that result dot append okay, document. So just dot document dot get content. Okay, so here I'm appending it with this one, and then I will be putting it like this, so that we can see that each document, each statement is separate, coming after a new line, and result we append it, and then finally we return result dot to string. That's it, right? So now let's restart our application, and before that let's wire it with the UI. So I'm on the main view, upload area, search field. Earlier we are just setting it. Now what we will do, you say that AI service dot search data, and the search data is going to be the query is going to be search field, whatever is provided by user in the search field, and that's it. All right, now let's restart our application. All right, started, and we can close all the other tabs, we don't need them for now. All right, so now let's search. So okay, let's say we heard that word photosynthesis, we saw that word, right? So we can say, okay, what do you know about photosynthesis, right? So this is what we get. So we get what is one main source of biomass in the food chain, is the source of this, right? You see every new line, it is indicating that it's a different document, right? Okay, now so we get around, like what we say here, we want how much in the service. We ask for 5 query results, right? So we get around 5. So 1 2 3 4 5, right? Now we need to summarize it. Okay, so for that we need to connect to our LLM model, and that's also very straightforward. So what we do is, here we say summarize content. So what we are going to do is, whatever content is coming up, we will create a simple prompt, and for that we need a chat client. So first let's add a chat client, right? And then put it as a header, then return this, you can say return chat. It's going to be a one-liner call. So you can say chat client, and we have this, we copy it from here, and you can say like this, summarize below content, and then we specifying like summarize below content, then content in the new line, and then after that whatever the content is placed in our search area, right? Remember, this is going to be the data in the search area, not the search field. All right, so now let's wire it with the UI. So we go over here in our main view, result area, search area, summary, right? Here we are going to say AI service, right? So we say summary, we remove this part, AI service dot summarize content, and then that's it, right? So now what we are saying is, on clicking on summary, it will send the data of, okay, right, not the search field, we need the area, the search result area, right? So it will be sending the data from search result area, and then it responds back with a nice summary of those statements. Okay, so let's start our application and see how it will behave. All right, so now let's ask one more time, what do you know about photosynthesis? Okay, search, get the same results, and then I'll say summarize. So you can see the progress here. Now this will take a bit of time. This all depends upon your CPU speed and the graphics card if you have. So it all comes down to that, because even if it is stuck, don't think that something is wrong. It might be because it is taking time. All right, so here we get a summary, nice summary. You can see that it removes all the irrelevant numberings and all, and it also made the statements in a more presentable way. Okay, so yeah, so that's how our application, you can add more data. So let's say I want to add it's just our application, the full application with more data, right? So let's say I add more data about, let's say, football. Okay, not this one I was expecting. Okay, let's okay, let's go ahead with this one only. Good. Let's copy this and paste it over here and submit it. You can see it's submitted. And then let's ask, instead of photosynthesis, what do you know about rugby, right? Now search. So sports commonly called football in this, right? And if you want to summarize it, it will summarize accordingly. So you can see that how the similarity is working. Like in my database, I have the data about food and about football. So it will, based on my search, it is targeting only that part, right? Okay, right, you can close these things. So right, see the forms of okay, so these are the results we receive, and this is the summary we get. All right, so you can clear it all. So this is our UI, and we can go through our application one last time. All right, very quickly. So we can stop the application for now. Let's get through the code once, and you'll go step by step. So first of all, we get a main view. So this is the Vaadin application. We get that we get this whole application from the Vaadin site. The basic application, the basic template from the Vaadin site, where we get a simple view, and then we see how easy it is to create simple UI applications with Vaadin without any HTML, CSS, JS, and just using a plain Java, right? So in our application, we created like three different views: upload area, where we are having a text area for data upload and a submit button. Then for search area, where we'll be having a search field and the search button and the summary button. And then the result area, which contains two text areas, one for the search results and another for the summarize. Then in the AI service, we created three methods which are quite simple. The first one is going to add the data into the vector database. In our case, we are using pgvector. And the second one is going to search that same data with our search query, and the third one is going to summarize based on the Llama 2 chat. Okay. For the configuration part, in the application YAML, we configured the vector store dimension and the models. For embedding as for chat, we need to specify these one. I think by default it will try to use Mistral, so you need to specify the chat model over here if you are using anything different. And then this is the embedding model URLs, and we just change the server port. Rest these ones they come from the Vaadin, so we did not touch them. All right, so in the POM XML, we added one property which is required while adding the Spring AI BOM dependency management dependency over here. We added one Spring milestone repository, and then we added two of the dependencies, which is for Ollama and pgvector. Okay, rest other than that, we did not make any other change in the POM. Okay, and yeah, and in terms of setup, again we can show you. If you go to this link over here, it's actually the Spring AI docs for pgvector, and if you could scroll down, first you need to run this to get a Docker container for pgvector, and then on top you need to execute these statements. And I told you earlier how you can validate that. You can just go to the your query console and look for the table pg extension, this one, right? And accordingly you can check whether you have the extension installed or you need to execute those scripts. Okay, after that you need to make sure that in this case, when you are creating the vector store table, the dimension you are providing should be in sync with what is generated by your embedding model. Okay, for Ollama setup, we head to this website, the official Ollama website. Here we downloaded the Windows version. If you are using Mac OS or Linux, you should be having this Ollama already, because these are, for these two it is already available earlier. Windows is a preview one, but it will do the job. As you can see in this video, we also don't face any issue. And then in the blog section, you can check the Windows preview feature. Here you get an idea about the Ollama API, the URL you need to place. Okay, and in terms of model, for chat model you need to use Llama 2, or you can use any other model, whichever you want. Accordingly you need to make adjustments in the configuration. And then we use Nomic for our embedding text. Okay, all right, so that's all in this video. If you have any suggestions or feedback, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.